up, guys? So you're here again with another episode of your favorite podcast, the Sisters and Queens podcast. I'm your sensational Sungsuma, and I'm here with the ever beautiful, ever dark-skinned melanin queen, SERWAA.
Period.
Me bodini ye.
SERWAA. Ajua SERWAA.
Ajua SERWAA.
Mention it with some sort of emotion, like Ajua SERWAA.
Ajua SERWAA.
Yes, you know the name, right?
Hey.
But you remember GMB stage, Auntie Janet said, the alluring.
Alluring.
Exactly.
Alluring.
May that say. Girl, my first time I was like, yo. But before I try like other pageants in Winneba, Face of North Campus, where I was the first runner. Yeah, and I tried Miss ECOWAS too, and I was the I was the first runner. I'm like, first runner. So 2022, no 2021. I said I was going to try GMB.
Okay,
but something came up, so I ignored. 2022, I'm like, yo, I want to try. Like, I want to try, but then I'm like, Charlie, I'm not prepared though. Yeah. What I was actually afraid of, like being on the stage, you don't get selected, and they show your video on Instagram, on Facebook, and
they'll put the eviction. They will cancel you and make your own.
Not even that. You'll be there. They'll be asking you the audition time. You see, they take videos and pictures.
Okay, you mean the audition
People
stage?
Be like, oh, you went for GMB na.
Let me.
Yeah, I'm fan. And industry is cool, fancy. GMB one fan. How this thing will go?
Fancy is a language I love so much because of the way people say things. That's today. I want there.
GMB one fan. I'm like, no, let me try. So 2023, I'm like, no. This thing I'll go.
Yeah.
And you know one funny thing? From Winneba, I went straight to Kumasi.
Oh, okay.
You know, Winneba to Accra is not a long journey. I don't know what actually pushed me to Kumasi. So I saw myself in Kumasi. But even with that, I'd not really prepared like 100%. But it was like, 70. So I can, because already I've been to my grandma.
Why
information? Yes.
Upon
certain things I need. So I went straight to Kumasi. So guess what? I got to Kumasi, and I got there and I didn't have money for the forms.
And so what on top from now?
Man, top forms.
When
I got there, I don't have any relative in Kumasi. I don't know anyone in Kumasi. I went to Kumasi with the little money I have. I think it was 100 cedis or so. I had 100
I just said, what were you doing? Were you working?
150 or so.
Before audition, were you working? Or you were in school?
Yeah, I was in school.
Okay.
I was in school. I think 150. Yeah. And I think 50 was on my Momo. And 100 cedis was in hand. And from Winneba to Kumasi was it 80 or something? Yeah. So me too, I didn't know. I thought it was going to be like 50 cedis from Winneba to Kumasi. That was 80. What I planned. I don't know. I don't really remember the fare. So I thought it was going to be like 50. So 50 for, I didn't even think about what I'm going to eat. So 50 transportation in and out. Then I used 50 for the forms, because the forms was 50 cedis.
Yeah.
So I got there, and the only money left on me. And funny enough, I checked my Momo, and I had to pay. I think I had to pay the boat driver, because I didn't know the exact
location. You have to use.
So I had to use. Yeah. But then it was even cheap. I think from where I picked the boat to the exact location, it was like 17 cedis or so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite cheap. So it was left with some coins on my phone and some coins in hand too.
Hey.
So when I got, I'm like, yo, how am I going to purchase the form? So Suma,
into where I went to form no? How you do it?
Yeah. Hey. But I'm going to live yeah, we're trying to say, yeah, we're relaxing. So Suma, when I got there, there were other ladies there. Body. Slim as slim. Koko tuntuma tuntum. And when I'm okay, let me see. Hey,
Are you on the right place? I said, wait. Those who are driving and those who are walking are coming for the same audition. No.
Hey! So it's my one man I'm missing pedam. Like, oh, I'm serious. I started feeling cold. Or like now all of a sudden. So I'm like, I don't know any of the ladies. How am I going to get the 50 cedis for the forms?
Yeah.
Like, how is it going to be? Should I go and ask someone? So I started calling my kid brother. So you should send me money when I get back because I have some cash home. I'll send it to him. So I called this guy and my brother, and he called me back. He said, "Oh, I've been trying. It's not going through." I thought he was lying, so I called another friend of mine. And the same thing, I'm like, oh no, Jesus, you didn't bring me here to disgrace me. Nah, say, waha. Oh no, you can't do this to me, God.
To say what?
No,
how dare them?
God, you can't do this to me. I trust you. How am I going to buy the forms? And after buying the forms, how am I going to get back to Winneba? And if I need water, how am I going to
buy water? Because I do
sister. Me uncle. Me uncle. It wasn't easy. So I was sitting down praying. I was praying in my head. Me and my God, like, I don't joke with my God. I was praying. I said, God, do wonders before wonders do you. Then, there was this man from nowhere. He came. Started giving everyone 200 cedis.
You are kidding me.
I am not kidding you.
You are kidding me.
The being of God.
This is the doing. Oh, no, we deserve a round of applause.
I said, there, no.
Wow.
There, no. I won't lie.
God, this is not a man.
Hey.
On your preference. On your Gani.
Don't ma. There, no.
Just
you
like
see,
that.
the way people were rushing to even take the money. I was kind of cool, like I'm like, no, it's like God came through for me.
Yeah, he did,
but not the others. But when I took the money, I wasn't like like overjoyed, but in my heart,
your heart,
Charlie, joy overflow,
joy
in my heart. And you know one thing too, it was Ashanti region that was supposed to audition first, but the lady that came for Ashanti region had to go back to her campus to write her exam.
Oh, okay.
So Western region had to go second. So we were actually the first.
Okay,
to go.
That audition.
Yeah. So I was there with one lady. But Mekoi and Nankasano, I started asking, please, who is representing Western? Because I want to see my competitors.
I want to see you. Let me see you.
Want to see.
Let me see you.
They have wedding day. So I'm like, no. Oh, when I went, I asked, one Oko represents Western. There's only one girl, one dark girl. He's even darker than me.
Oh, and yeah.
She's like, hello, Amma. Wherever you are, I love you, okay? Nanama, she's even darker than me, Charlie. Then I'm like, but she's also, petite.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can see that she's good. I watch it training pony.
Pony so they are sleek you. Audition ponies. One of the styles.
To try. I'm just coming to try. Fun. Then
now I could feel about
because coming, I've already sagged my mind. Like this thing, it's yes, it will pick or you go pick.
Exactly.
If you pick good, if you don't pick,
you
just
your life.
Yes, and you learn on whatever happened, then you come back stronger. So we went and this lady auditioned first. The Western region were two.
Right from others joined.
No, from Kumasi,
okay,
we were two.
Okay.
So this lady went to audition and she kept long there. Or
I'm just
my heart.
Hey, I'm ancestors into no more check.
My heart was doing boom boom. But before, good. Now they came with their makeup artist. This pressure. Makeup. I wouldn't say the makeup was nice, but her choice of eyeshadow was that bad because sometimes when you look at, I don't know if you've seen my audition pictures before.
I don't remember.
When you look at the eyeshadow, that was the only thing selling, like on my face. It was putting
Was
out
too loud.
exactly
What was
the
the color?
eyeshadow. It was gold.
Ooh, and gold on dark skin, girl.
Exactly. And yeah, you embrace well.
Wow.
Now, but good.
I am shrine.
Me uncle. I bet you kuma. But then, so it was
Sewajai. I don't like that.
it was okay.
Mm.
No, but not sister. No.
No, come again. Who brought the makeup part? Was it?
No, the organizers. I mean the
Ooh,
organizers.
I'm not the makeup artist.
Yeah, they came there with
I'm not sure if
makeup
I was.
artists. Yeah. But the makeup was okay.
But
But the eyeshadow
in her mind, I want girl to look.
in her mind. Exactly. But the eyeshadow was
Did you see it
too
before
much.
going in to correct it or something?
I saw it, but then I told her about it and she was like, "Oh, it's okay because you are dark skin, because you are this, because you are this." In my head, Nkasano, I don't want to forget whatever I'm going to say.
Yes,
so
yeah.
Come and pressure me. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. I'll take it there.
Take it like that.
Exactly. So to my fast forward, this lady, the first lady, Nanama, she was from, I think, Wassa, Seychelles, and then Western region, you know, Westerners. Yeah. Quite
Big.
Big. Yeah. So after her, but Ochare Kakra, yeah. And I went in. When I went in, I was asked to tell them like about myself. Yeah. So I started saying, she said, myself Nangasano. Mari
Abba.
Don't spoil my fancy for me.
Mari Abba.
I don't really rehearse it because that is the first thing.
Yeah,
so you would have
basic
to,
questions are most likely
so
to
you
ask
have
you.
to say something, sell yourself there. So I think it's from what you are going to say that they would ask certain questions. And funny enough, after I told them about myself, I added I'm an advocate for dark skin also. I said something about dark skin. Yeah. So the next question was, who is a beautiful woman? That was the only question they asked you. Sonsuma. I'm like, yo, after the audition, I think who is a beautiful woman and your talent. That was when I started rapping. I showed them Bifitadi
on the mic.
So I think after the audition, they asked that we go down and write our names. Yeah, if you pass, if you are being selected, you write your name and you leave your contact too.
Yeah,
exactly. So going home, I'm like, so is that all this?
After everything I learned.
Yeah, after everything
I went to learn how my chief was installed. My chief's mother's aunties.
I went to my hometown to learn everything.
And you asked me my name and why I'm here.
They didn't even ask me why I'm here. My name and he's a beautiful woman. Who does that?
How do you say sorry in fancy?
Kose. Who does that?
I think.
So after, when I got out, I asked the lady, please, would there be another audition?
But then right there, did they select right there or they told you?
Yeah, it's right there. You just go down and write your name. They will tell you, go down and write your name. But I think there were others that they had to, select themselves. Yeah. But for us,
because we're just two.
Yes, we were just two, and
it was quite.
We were the curtain raisers, I would say. I
wouldn't even say they were tired because I was going to say probably the judges were tired.
No, they were.
But sometimes when they get tired, then
maybe they were testing the waters with us. Yeah, the first. Yeah. So after, I packed my things and because now I've gotten 200.
Yeah. Why you're rich?
Yeah.
The audition, I think
that was the experience for me and Kumasi. I didn't tell anyone. No one knew my hair about it. Nah, I'm that secretive, yo.
When is that?
When you are that, people do fear you. And I like that. People don't know your next move. They don't know a lot
Some of
about
us,
you.
do you know how people got to know I was audition? Aside my mom and my dad, that catwalk we did at TV3 and they posted us and we were
So
trending.
you know what?
Who told them to post it?
The next day,
So when they posted it, have you been selected? You know that thing. Don't tell them. I mean, when you've selected us, we know we have been selected. You say we shouldn't tell anybody.
so you know the next day,
You know when you posted us?
a friend sent me a picture, and I said, "Well, I saw this. Are you the one?" In
You
my
say
head,
no.
No, sister. No, you are seeing me.
Exactly. And you're asking me, are
I'm
you
the one in the picture. You are still asking, am I the one?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
yo,
the
sister, me uncle, Onyami.
But
Oh, that thing really annoyed me. It wasn't what it wanted to. Like, you've
a lot
seen
of
me in the
people with
picture.
PMD asking,
Are you the one?
are you the one?
No, I'm not the one.
You know,
I was standing in for the one.
exactly. I'm not the one.
I'm not
representation.
So, fast forward to I think
Final.
after we had the semifinals audition
Yeah.
in Accra, where I came to meet other ladies from Western region. So we were like 5, including myself.
How was when you met them? How was it like?
Charlie, as usual, when I got there, I started asking, who is representing? Who is here from the Western region?
They're
No, you know, sometimes you have to know your competitors.
that's not the issue.
When you look at their faces.
Okay, so when you got there, you were 5.
Yeah, we were 5.
So you met 4 others.
I met 4 others.
Did the 4 others come from a specific audition location?
They auditioned in Accra. Yeah, I think three of them in Accra. So no, 2 in Accra and 1 from Takrady.
And then you
and myself and Nanama from Kumasi.
Okay,
so we were 5.
So what I don't know if you experienced the same thing, but in my case, I auditioned in Accra because I was doing my national service in Accra. I couldn't go all.
But you know the reason I didn't go to Accra for the first audition because I feel Accra audition is tough. Yeah, Accra audition is very, very tough. And because when you audit, let me give you one. You know, when you're auditioning for pageants and they are doing in all 16 or just few regions. Now, look for the one that is quite far from you. Okay. Now, when you see Kumasi, it's not going to be like many ladies will be coming in from Western region. No, wanting to represent the Western region. That gives you an advantage. Right. Exactly. But if I'd gone to Takrady, there would have been so many people from
and the
Western region.
That's true.
So if you want to represent maybe Kumasi, you can, if you have money, you can go to Tamale to do the audition. Oh yes, you can go to Tamale to do the audition because there wouldn't be so many people from Kumasi wanting to audition there. So just like the other regions too. So in my case, most of them I think auditioned in Tamale. You know, they don't audition directly in the Upper West region. So the North, we do it in Tamale. And I auditioned in Accra. I think I was there with another. Were we 2? But throughout the time, I wasn't seeing the person. It was just me. Now, when these ladies came from Tamale, as an Oma creative clique, they knew themselves.
Yeah. I'm from the Upper West region. You get, so there was some kind of tension between us.
Oh, okay.
So when they call all regions to come, there is some tension.
I see.
So it looks as if do you understand? Because I don't know why they felt like because you auditioned in Accra, you have an upper hand or a lower hand. Like
I see.
So it created a lot of tension, and I remember it got to a point. It felt like they were even ganging up against. Like they were now trying to support themselves, and not you. Okay. Meanwhile, at that point, in as much as you are trying to get into the house, you are there as a region.
Sure.
Right. So when we went, and then they picked the top 2. It looks like the others were. Because the other person I was with when we were 2 auditioned in WA, right? And so they had their clique. And I said, Greater Accra, no. That's a name.
But Songsma, you remember there was a time where I don't know, one of the auditions they said we were going to showcase our talent. I don't know if that was the semi-final.
Yes, I remember.
It was the semi-final.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And later came the debate questions.
Yes.
So when I got there, I started asking, as usual, who are those
Who are those
representing
representing?
the Western region? Then one lady would tap, oh, this girl, she's from the Western. They say, Mission Edimara, and say, okay, no, yawa.
No.
But there were two faces. I'm like, yo, they will be good. Yeah, they'll be very, very good. And there was this lady.
Was good though.
No, this lady,
Of-
no, sometimes you need to know your enemies. You need to know your enemies. So when they are coming,
Then
you
you
are
can-
prepared.
what else,
Exactly.
yeah.
So there was this lady, I was told she had auditioned for like 2 times or so.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
the lady 32, the lady I competed with. So I'm like, yo, then this is going to be a no for me. They are going,
Because
they are going to,
give
yes,
her
they are going to
sympathy.
give it to
They
her.
will shock you.
Afe, there was this lady too. She came with, was it a flute or?
I
She came with
remember her.
something.
An organ. It was an organ.
Eh.
No, I mean something instrument, something.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
I think they
Was
said
it about
talent or something. Me, I didn't know it was going to be.
violin? I don't know.
I didn't know it was going to be a talent. Something.
Oh,
Because me
okay.
in my head, I know it's going to be a debate. But when I
Okay.
came, these people had their
Everything
materials.
there.
Yeah, they said so. At some point, now I'm like, yo. So if they say chin chin kianiki, we are going to do talent show. What am I going to?
So very rapid.
Oh, me rap is saying me mwa me who like
Rapid, I mean,
me
I record though.
I said I'm not a rapper.
I record though.
That be I am not a rap. So I went there and I'm like, anyways,
Yeah.
what can come? That was my only motivation.
Yeah.
Like, what can come?
You are there already.
Let it come. If I go home, what will happen?
I mean, in your case,
No,
what's the worst?
what's the worst that will
In your
happen?
case,
What's the worst?
what's the worst?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I will go. So we went in there 5, yeah, and they asked us this question. We actually picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the questions were on paper. You would
You
pick. Our question was if what's the name? That if someone is 60 years or something, you allow that person go to pageant.
The age
Yes,
age gap in pageants. Yeah.
Exactly, and sister. Make a cake be my friend.
Every whole bro, full of bono.
The first person gave the answer. I'm like, hey. So my question is, yeah, the first person you could see that, yeah, they said something. It was sensible, yeah.
Mhm.
And the second person to, oh, Charlie, that was my competitor. Girl, no babe.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then me, the third person, I was in the middle.
Sometimes when you are standing, it doesn't help you. That's because if you are not
Then I said something. At least I said something.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's important.
I said something. And they came back to ask me again. Are you sure? I said, yeah, age is just a number.
Yeah, no.
And you know that sometimes when you are saying the wrong thing, but
you are confident.
it's their confidence. So I feel sometimes when you go to pageants and they are asking you questions, it is not really your answer they are looking at. They are looking at your confidence.
Yeah.
So you out there pick that one too. They are actually looking at your confidence and not the answers
The answer you're going to
you are given. No, someone was very off, but you know,
confident.
the confidence and the way
Accurate.
that the person
Yeah.
actually carried the answer, you would give it to her. So after, Sarah step forward.
Yeah.
But yo,
Oh
it was a nice experience.
Yeah, I mean auditions are beautiful. I personally I love auditions.
But there were others
Except
too
the
that,
stressful part.
you know, some I thought we were even going to just go through with our deba just right after the final audition.
Yeah.
You go through with your deba.
Yeah.
Then everything starts. Now they are telling us 32 performance. You are going to battle.
You know, at that point I
for a
gave up.
slot.
I gave up. I literally stopped. It was someone who intervened and I pushed forward. Nene, wherever you are, thank you. I was then the next text and he was like, Wendy, what are you doing? The other you know, finish yours. Let me not cut you. Because mine is a whole different story.
You know, at some point I was really scared. Now, 32 performance, saw your region, say something about your region in 1 minute, 30 seconds. What am I going to say? Now, tell me. What am I going to say about Western
it's a lot.
region?
It's a lot.
What am I actually going to say?
It's big.
So I went home, I started writing stories. Like I would watch the previous contestants. But when you even watch, you don't see any 32 battling.
Exactly.
So you are like, what at
What-
all should you?
Because ours was like the
So I
new
feel
thing.
that if you are going for a pageant, you should go back to the previous queens.
Yeah. Very
Stick
important.
their knowledge, their advice about it. Get to know whatever they did. If they have a YouTube channel where they post every episode there, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
I think you get some bit of everything there. Sometimes I had to sit down and write. At some point when I write, I'm like, this thing is more than 1 minute 30 seconds. I record myself and I be like, what if I send it and they are telling me this is not what they asked for? So I had to bring bit of everything in.
Yeah.
You include the food.
Yeah. Just touch
the dance, everything. How am I supposed to, squeeze this thing in 1 minute 30 seconds? But I feel it was a nice experience. Yeah. Being on that stage makes you work with time.
Yes.
You're working under pressure. But then you are
time.
You are focused.
Time.
You are actually working under pressure, but you know that you are focused. And the friends we actually made, they've been good, one way or the other, just like you being here. But when it's time for eviction to story on it.
Hey. And I think one of the things these things open your mind to is the way strangers will come through for you.
Charlie.
I said top 32, I gave up. Because the person I was competing with, no, I branded it out. For me, and they were talking about likes and votes mainly, right? And I felt like this is something I cannot do. You get it? So at that point, I gave up. I stopped posting about it. I was just there.
I didn't even post about anything.
I know at that point, voting started.
Yeah.
When I did the first one, the second one, Charlie, I gave up. Then someone texted me, Nene texted me and was like, are you still in the competition? I'm like, yes. Have you seen your competitor? She has 1.1K followers on Instagram and you are here not doing anything. Then he created a page for me.
Okay.
Then he puts people inside. Then they were doing this agenda, everyday agenda, this, agenda, that.
It's supposed to know you had to have a team.
My dear.
Now, who is going to be
do the team? So it was this Nene guy who pulled through and did all of this. If not me, I was just going there with how do people say it? Minsa do, minai do.
What do you want to do?
Minsa do. And I was going. So these things, it's amazing how strangers come through for you. Because trust me, it's the strangers. Those who are in your circle, your very close friends, people you are expecting to come through for you, may not even, sometimes it's not because of their will, but they don't have, what am I saying? Sometimes it's because they cannot do it.
Exactly.
Then the strangers will just blow you off.
Person who came through for me. There are so many people that came through.
Yeah.
I feel that at every point when you want to do something, or when you are destined for something, God bring the right people for that purpose. And just after, and one funny thing, just right after, you see that these people are helping you for class 1.
Yeah.
Now, when you move to class 2, you meet a different people.
Exactly.
You meet different people who are also going to help and fit into that purpose. And I thank everyone who came through for me. If I start mentioning names, I won't end.
That's one thing I always like. It's crazy because people went out of their comfort zones.
Yeah.
People sacrificed a lot.
Exactly.
And that's one thing pageants will do to you, my girl. They'll make you indebted to people. Because what do you mean to your
Nah.
You cannot pay for their time, you cannot pay for their effort, you cannot pay for what they helped you, achieve. Basically, I think all in all, it has been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Eviction. Do you know my worst day in the GMB house?
Eviction. Guess. What?
Entrepreneurship night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, that's the truth. So yes, that day was my worst day. Eviction. I was evicted. I went home, but that day, to date, it hurts me. You were house. How do you?
HOH.
You were head of house so many times. Me, I will just vote for you again, Twaso, because head of house.
I can do the job.
You can do the job because all the things we saw.
Exactly.
And then
but it wasn't easy for me.
Yeah,
I was just trying my best. Like,
and you did well.
Trying to be.
You did well.
Like
head of house.
No.
And the washroom is not clean. They've not eaten. And I'm like, oh,
uncle.
the hall is the hall is dirty. The kitchen is
people.
the dustbin. They've not emptied the dustbin. Now more first say what? Why I do?
But it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Like trying to relate to 15 other people.
Yeah.
Other leaders. Now I don't do friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very hard for me.
Yeah.
And I was always in at my corner. I don't know
Yeah.
if you noticed that other people thought I was faking, I was pretending. But
Yeah, that's just how you are.
that was me. But in all, the experience was great.
Yeah, it was great.
And
I mean, I don't mind doing GMB all over again without votes.
Yeah, without votes.
Because someone used their house rent to vote for me.
You don't mean it.
I'm serious. So it's a lot though.
The investment.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind doing GMB all over again.
But
then,
in all, we had a great experience, the friendship. And aftermath too, I think we will talk about that some other time.
Some other time.
Yeah, some other time.
We don't want to make the conversation too long.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
We've already made it long.
It's been an engaging session today, and personally, I had a lot of fun. I don't know what you think, but don't forget to follow us on social media, drop a comment, like, share, repost, do everything you can do as you're watching us. See you same time next time where you see us.